Chapter 1. Arrival at the Mountain Prison. As the bus rumbled up the winding mountain road, the towering trees fell away to reveal the imposing structure of the rehabilitation prison. The distant clang of a metal door echoed as Sammy the Ghost Martinez stepped onto the gravel, feeling a mix of defiance and dread in his chest. "This isn't where I belong," he thought, his hardened exterior bristling against the vulnerability brewing inside. Nia Wallace, clutching her sketchbook, felt the weight of her addiction and the longing for her son swell within her. Can a place like this really change anything, she wondered. Raymond Doc Jenkins, haunted by memories of malpractice, scanned the faces around him, hoping to find shared understanding. Lena Chang, determined to prove herself despite her cybercrime charge, whispered a silent promise to reclaim her future. Elder Charles Harrison watched the newcomers with a knowing smile, ready to guide them through the shadows of their pasts toward the light of redemption. Chapter 2. Breaking Down Walls. In the dim confines of the prison, Sammy the Ghost Martinez battles the storm within. His initial anger manifests in clenched fists and restless nights, a facade hiding the vulnerability he refuses to acknowledge. "I'm just a tough guy," he writes, wrestling with the ghosts of his past. Yet as he observes the other inmates' journeys, a flicker of hope begins to illuminate his path toward change. Meanwhile, Nia Wallace finds herself lost between addiction and artistry. The prison's creative programs become her safe haven. "My hands ache to paint," she confesses in her diary, as colors spark memories of better days. In art class, she learns to channel her pain into vibrant canvases, forming bonds with fellow inmates that shift her perspective on motherhood and redemption. Together, Sammy and Nia slowly confront the walls they've built, within and around them, beginning the arduous process of breaking down barriers and embracing vulnerability. Chapter 3. Letters from Home. As the sun sets behind the towering mountains, Sammy sits on his bed, pen trembling in his hand. In his diary, he pours out his heart to his estranged daughter, writing about the anger that has plagued him, but also the flicker of hope ignited by his time at the prison. Each word is a bridge, reconnecting him to a bond long severed. Nia, too, struggles with the weight of motherhood from afar, her letters to her son filled with apologies and a yearning for understanding. Her artistic visions burst forth as she writes, intertwining hope with her pain, articulating dreams of a better life. Dialogue over the airwaves becomes their lifeline, a source of strength in their otherwise confining reality. The sound of pens scratching paper and muffled voices creates an intimate atmosphere. As both inmates dive deep into the transformative power of correspondence that allows them to confront their pasts while reaching towards a brighter future. Chapter 4. Healing Through Art. In the quiet corners of the prison's art room, Nia Wallace finds solace in the vibrant colors that paint her canvas. Each stroke of the brush becomes a release, a therapeutic escape from the shadows of her past. As she immerses herself in the world of creativity, the tension of her addiction slowly begins to fade, replaced by a burgeoning sense of self-worth. Soundscapes fill the air, the gentle stroke of bristles on canvas, the soft chatter of fellow inmates sharing their artistic journeys. During art therapy sessions, Nia bonds with Sammy, Raymond, and Lena, forging connections that transcend their histories. Here, amidst the laughter and encouragement, feelings of isolation dissolve. Nia's paintings evolve from abstract expressions of pain into powerful depictions of hope and resilience. Her murals, vibrant and alive, reflect not just her personal journey, but a collective spirit of healing, illustrating the transformative power of art behind the bars. Chapter 5. The Weight of Regret. In the dimly lit confines of his cell, Raymond Doc Jenkins confronts the ghosts of his past. Once revered for his medical expertise, he now grapples with the weight of regret, memories of lives he could have saved lingering like shadows. As he pens his thoughts, the sound of pen scratching paper punctuates the silence, revealing his struggle with guilt and shame over past mistakes and the catastrophic spiral of his mental health. Raymond has formed unexpected bonds with fellow inmates who share their own stories of despair and redemption. In these vulnerable discussions, he finds solace in the realization that they are not alone in their struggles. Each man's trauma, though different, resonates deeply within him. The echoes of their shared experiences create an unbreakable camaraderie, offering glimpses of hope. As he helps others navigate their medical challenges, Raymond learns that healing is a collective journey, entwined with the shared burdens of regret and the promise of redemption. Chapter 6. The Tech Whisperer. In the dimly lit corners of the prison education center, Lena Chang wrestles with her identity, caught between the tech-savvy prodigy she once was and the criminal she has become. As she reflects on her life before incarceration, she grapples with the weight of her family's expectations, feeling the pressure to succeed while battling the impact of her cybercrime charge. Through prison's education programs, she discovers a renewed passion for technology. She immerses herself in coding and digital design, finding solace in the logic of algorithms and the creativity of web development. Her diary entries reveal her yearning for redemption, not only to prove herself, but to reconnect with her family. In collaboration with fellow inmates, Lena begins to form bonds through tech projects, sharing her insights and nurturing a sense of community. These moments of camaraderie and learning mark an essential turning point in her journey toward reclaiming her life and purpose. Chapter 7. Wisdom of the Elder. In the quiet corner of the prison's communal area, Elder Charles Harrison's voice resonates like a warm embrace, filled with the wisdom of years gone by. As he shares his own story of resilience, he captivates the younger inmates with tales of hardship and triumph. Life has a way of teaching us, even in our darkest moments, he reflects, drawing parallels to their current struggles. Soundscapes of rustling leaves from the prison's garden blend with his words, creating an atmosphere of hope. Charles encourages the inmates to form a mentorship circle, a space where vulnerability meets strength. He emphasizes the importance of community, reminding them that they are not just defined by their pasts, but by the bonds they create within these walls. Laughter and spirited discussions fill the air as inmates listen intently, finding solace in shared experiences and the promise of transformation. Through Elder Charles, they glimpse the lights of redemption flickering just beyond the bars. Chapter 8. Group Therapy Unraveled. As the inmates gather in the small sunlit room designated for therapy, a palpable tension fills the air. Each face reflects a mosaic of fears and vulnerabilities, echoing the unspoken weight of their pasts. The facilitator encourages them to speak freely, reminding them that this is a safe space. Sammy, battling residual anger, hesitates but ultimately shares his feelings of betrayal and loss regarding his daughter. Nia reveals the suffocating grip of her addiction, tears welling as she articulates her yearning for connection with her son. Raymond, in his quiet intensity, discusses his regrets and the stigma surrounding mental illness, resonating with others in similar struggles. Amidst the raw emotions, there's an evolution. Trust begins to bloom. Laughter intertwines with sobs as they bond over shared experiences, realizing they are not alone. The power of vulnerability strengthens their ties, fostering an atmosphere of acceptance that will carry them beyond these prison walls. Chapter 9. Bonds Beyond Bars. In the dimly lit common area, laughter reverberates off the concrete walls as Sammy, Naya, Raymond, Lena, and Elder Charles gather for a community project. The diverse backgrounds of the inmates dissolve as they collaborate on a garden mural, blending their stories into a shared vision of hope and resilience. Sammy, once a solitary figure, finds camaraderie among his peers, learning to trust and lean on others. Nia encourages Raymond to paint, prompting him to express emotions he'd buried under guilt. Lena teaches the group about digital design, transforming their ideas into vibrant visuals. The soundscape is filled with chatter, brushes on canvas, and the soft rustle of leaves from their garden outside. This newfound solidarity deepens their friendships, forging connections that transcend the confines of their circumstances. As they create together, they realize that within these prison walls, they can build a community that offers solace, understanding, and a path toward redemption. Chapter 10. Nightmares and Dreams. In the dim light of their cells, the inmates confront the ghosts of their pasts. Sammy, wrestling with nightmares of his violent past, writes feverishly about his deep-seated fears of failing his daughter. Nia opens her diary to reveal the suffocating grip of addiction that still haunts her dreams, juxtaposed with visions of a future where she can embrace her son again. Raymond reflects on the burden of regret, recalling moments that shattered his medical career and his sense of self. Meanwhile, Lena finds herself caught between the expectations of her family and her desire for redemption, penning anxieties about being judged upon release. Together they explore the thin line between hope and despair, sharing their entries during quiet nights, weaving a common thread of vulnerability that binds them. The soundscape of rustling pages and soft breaths serves as a backdrop to their intimate conversations, echoing the resilience they seek to cultivate amid the darkness. Chapter 11: The Power of Performance. As the day of the talent show approached, excitement filled the prison halls. The air buzzed with anticipation as inmates gathered in the art room, rehearsing their performances. Each participant shared their story, transforming pain into poignant poetry, stirring monologues and soul-stirring songs. Sammy practiced a heartfelt spoken word piece, channeling his vulnerability for the first time. Nia, her easel set up beside her, painted vibrant scenes inspired by her fellow inmates' journeys. The rhythm of laughter and music mingled with sounds of rustling papers as they supported each other, their camaraderie deepening. This collective effort became a sanctuary where everything from shame to aspiration could be expressed without judgment. On the eve of the show, whispers of doubt mingled with fierce determination, creating an atmosphere thick with emotional investment. The talent show would not just showcase their skills, but also embody their struggles, resilience, and the transformative power of shared stories. Chapter 12: The Talent Show. The night of the talent show arrives, a culmination of shared experiences and personal revelations. The atmosphere buzzes with nervous excitement as inmates gather in the auditorium, adorned with handmade decorations and flickering lights. Each performance is a testament to the transformative power of vulnerability. Sammy takes the stage first, sharing a spoken word piece that intertwines his past regrets with his hopes for reconciliation with his daughter. The audience feels his pain and determination. Nia follows, painting a poignant picture of resilience through her art, evoking tears and applause alike. Raymond's storytelling, filled with both humor and heartbreak, brings the crowd together in laughter. Lena's tech-inspired dance symbolizes freedom and reinvention, while Elder Charles shares a heartfelt poem reflecting on the wisdom of life's second chances. The room resonates with echoes of laughter, applause, and emotional catharsis, fostering a deep sense of community and shared redemption among the inmates. Chapter 13: Reflection and Change. As the echoes of the talent show faded, a wave of introspection swept over the inmates. Sammy sat alone in his cell, the remnants of his performance replaying in his mind. For the first time, he felt seen, not just as the ghost, but as a father yearning for redemption. Nia, surrounded by her art supplies, reflected on the transformative power of creativity, recognizing her addiction as a part of her past, not her identity. Raymond penned a heartfelt letter to his former self, acknowledging his mistakes and embracing the friendships he'd forged amid shared struggles. Lena recorded her ambitions, schooling and tech innovation, not as distant dreams, but tangible goals. Elder Charles gathered the younger inmates, sharing wisdom on maintaining resilience amid change. The serene soundscape of rustling leaves outside highlighted their collective growth, a testament to the healing that occurs when vulnerability fosters connection. They all understood that change, though challenging, was now within reach.